Hello, good day. Welcome once again to my channel. I greet you all. As always, my name is Brother Peter. Please kindly stay tuned. Now, the news today is about the recent happenings in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. And the news goes this way. Pastor Adeboye has banned indecent dressing in the redemption camp along Lagos Ibadan expressway. Alright. Now, the yearly congress holding in the redemption city is about a week away, and the memo was released so as to preserve the sanctity of the redemption camp. Now, the question is, why was indecent dressing allowed in the first place? Alright, so these recent developments has been spreading across the parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God all over the world, and people have been giving their own respective comments, which we are all entitled to. But the big question is, why was indecent dressing allowed in the church? Well, for years really, there have been complaints about indecent dressing in RCCG parishes across the country and the world in general. Now the leadership of the church have decided to address it and ensure godly standard is upheld in its churches. Again and again, the big question is, why was indecent dressing allowed in the church previously? Now, if you look at the history of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, how it started, and how the leadership was transferred to Pastor Adeboye, we could see that now the big question is, why was indecent dressing allowed in the church previously? Well, it started with the establishment of the model parishes of the church. And this was initiated, the model parishes was actually initiated by Pastor Tunde Bakare and also by Pastor Tony Rapu, who is now the founder and the senior pastor of this present house, located in Lekki Phase 1, Lagos, Nigeria. And other pastors also were involved in the establishment of the model parishes, but Pastor Bakare and Tony Rapu were the frontline pastors that established the model parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Now the goal was to reach out to the next generation. Yes, the goal of the establishment of the model parishes of Redeemed Christian Church of God was to reach out to the next generation, as said by Pastor Tunde Bakare, and also to reach out to the professionals who could not attend the classical parishes established by the founder of RCCG, Pastor Josiah Akindayomi. Yes, Pastor Josiah Akindayomi was the founder of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. It was not Pastor Adeboye that was the founder. Again, it was Pastor, or they call him Pa, Josiah Akindayomi. Now, the classical parishes were very, very strict, which also resulted to the rich people and other professionals not desiring to attend these parishes. They wanted to come to church, but because of the strictness of the church, because of the standards that were set by the church, these professionals could not come. So, in order to open the doors for these churches to the aforementioned people to come to church, these model parishes were established. The doors of the church were opened wide for these professionals to come in. Now, these model parishes were to allow people to come to church the way they are and to let the preached word change them. Alright? So, after the establishment of the model parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, there was a proliferation of indecent dressing in RCCG, because people were, allowed to come the way they are, no restriction anymore. Although there were still restrictions in the classical parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and which is why today, if you go to the classical parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, you are not going to see a lot of professionals there. You're not going to see a lot of rich people there. Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of rich people in these churches and professionals. I mean, in the classical parishes, because the establishment of the model parishes was because of the strictness of the classical parishes. So the model parishes now looks attractive to professionals, now looks attractive to the rich people, and all that. So the proliferation of indecent dressing in our society started with the establishment of the model parishes. Well, for the establishment of the model parishes, I think we are going to talk about it in a later video because it is very, very voluminous. I'm not going to really talk about it now, but later on in a special, unique video, I want to talk about the beginning and establishment of the model parishes of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. So, the leadership of the Redeemed Christian Church of God now have decided to address this indecent dressing in its churches or in its church. Well, for now, it's at the redemption camp, right? You cannot be indecently dressed in a redemption camp. If you are found indecently dressed, you will not be allowed to enter the redemption camp. Before, it was allowed, but going forward, it will not be allowed anymore. Reason is to preserve the sanctity of the church. So, what do you really think about this? Well, as we move on, let us look at the memo. Alright, the memo that was sent to those in charge in the redemption camp to ensure that this new policy is enforced. And the memo reads, "We wish to formally inform all residents of Redemption City that in our commitment to preserving the city's sanctity and upholding its esteemed holy city status, the Mission Authority is implementing stricter measures against indecent dressing throughout the city. The security operatives and King's Force Security are hereby further directed not to allow anyone who dresses indecently to enter the Redemption City forthwith. Thank you for your continued cooperation and support." End of quote. Now, for those that have already prepared themselves to dress indecently to the redemption camp, I think you have to rethink and change, because it will no longer be allowed in the redemption camp. And I believe as time goes on, in all its parishes, such indecent dressings will not be allowed anymore. Alright, so what do you think about this development? Is it okay? Please kindly drop your comment. Alright, thank you very much for listening to this time. I highly appreciate you. I'm going to see you next time. Please, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so that subsequently you'll be updated when more information about these and others have been released. Thank you very much once again. I wish you a great day. See you next time.